We are live. What's happening, crypto fam? Happy Saturday. Good morning and welcome back to the Love for Crypto show, baby. This morning, I just wanted a little continue the theme, maturity, adoption, but I'm gonna basically have a little chin chag, little chin wag about where it's truly going and the kind of things, the kind of visions that some corporations and companies are having, where blockchain, not only just 5G, but blockchain, distributed ledger technology, the Internet of Things, the Internet of Value, where it's all leading and where it's going to take us. Some of you have seen this Volkswagen document before, but seriously, it's epic. It's severe futuristic shit like it's out of a film. Geezer. Morning, big man. Hi, morning, all morning, everyone. Volkswagen, exactly, Dareem, exactly. This is, everything's connected. We all know. It's all connected, and it's all going to be in the future. So I'm not going to wait for more people to come in. Anyone comes in late can, rewatch back. Hopefully the stream health picks up. It's on orange bars at the moment, so hopefully it'll get a little bit better. Just going to go by starting automation, not just the Internet of Things, full on automation. Now, we can see on the document there straight away all the companies that that Volkswagen actually own. And this document focuses mainly on them. But when we get to a certain point of it, you can picture that every corporation has its own little vision of that. I'll try and find more in the future so we can show more companies with the same vision. But this is incredible. So if we go at the moment, this forecast is all the way up to 2050. But we can step back from that and think like from 2030 and also building up to 2030, we're going to see massive changes that make the future of this document possible. It's talking about population rising, how many people live in cities, how many goods are ordered from other countries, the struggle of logistics, the struggle of tracking, the fact that technologies are emerging that are going to make that a hell of a lot easier, or that it's going to streamline it, somewhat rotten. As well as providing liquidity, baby, you know that, JJ. But the core to the digital transformation, companies need to complement their digital innovation efforts with approaches for digital disruption. So on one side you've got current companies and corporations try to innovate to stay afloat, innovate or die, as they say. You've got the new disrupting companies that are going to kill the others, or they end up working in tandem together down the line. It's going to lead to a digital transformation that no one, but I don't think hardly anyone saw coming. Much appreciated for the donation, Matt. Thank you very much. But yeah, the digital transformation. People call it the fourth industrial revolution. I don't buy that, me. I'm going with the first full-on digital transformation. It's right there. Digital transformation. Nothing like this has happened before. Again, they're talking about the dimensions of the disruption of nothing but the automotive industry. You can apply this to almost any industry, I'm afraid. I've said time and time again that almost every database on the planet will in some way, shape or form in the future be on a blockchain, DLT ledger, or interact with it in some way. It's just going to. So at the moment we have cars we drive, they've got steering wheels as current design, everyone knows, as the current way of, the current mobility, the way we get about. We take buses, we've got all this logistical stuff, carrying containers. Now the container interoperability of goods, as said in the globalization documentary where we put all that Ripple content together. So until the container, getting goods about was actually quite difficult. Container comes along, boom, interoperable with the ship, the train, the truck. Interoperability of goods came with the trailer. Interoperability of information came with the Internet of Data. But what if, it's a massive what if, but it's going to happen. When you see how hard that people will be working on this in the background, you know it's going to happen. Morning everyone, I'm just legitimately just running through the future of mobility, but also highlighting that we can put it into many more industries. If we just make a few tweaks, you can see how every industry is going to go this way, and it's basically Internet of Things adoption driving the Internet of Value forward into maturity. They want basically mobility as a solution, right? Users can immediately get picked up by a self-driving vehicle at the push of a button of a fob. A fob you'll no doubt pay a subscription towards to maintain the vehicles at a price that is lower than a personal car, but with an equally great experience, and offer mobility for all people, also the blind, elderly and children, and let everyone spend more time on things they truly care about. You could buy your kid a fob and they're never alone. Imagine that, your kid out at night, 13 years old, you're thinking, flipping it, where are they? Just open your phone and they're in a self-driving Uber on the way back to you. The one that you subscribe to, the one that's insured, the one you know is safe, the one that's bringing them right to your house, that went straight to pick them up no matter where they was. Massive implications, it's absolutely massive. Yeah, JJ, we're pumping. I wouldn't look too much into it being the main one yet, mate, but there's the fob. The Volkswagen Group fob that you'll be pushing for your vehicle to come. Human thinking, self-driving vehicles. So there's loads of information here we don't really need to go to. But this one, this is it. So, potential partners for illustration only in the bottom right corner. I'm hiding it just a little bit there, but there it is. Excuse me. Potential partners for illustration only. But look at this graph, and it doesn't matter whether it's a mobile phone. It could be my phone in front of me. It could be Amazon Alexa in front of me. It could be Google Assistant in front of me. It could be the PC. It could be any smart device connected to the internet and IO things. Also connected to ILP, connected to everything else it needs to be connected to for full-on interoperability. And we can start from the bottom left. It's basically mobility services. So you can be boom straight into your virtual PA, as it says in the grey bit, mobility consultant inside the car, virtual PA on your phones and all your other devices, and that's calling it a mobility dashboard, but it's just any dashboard on any device you're going to have. Access to mobility services, other mobility services, Airbnb for instance, we've got logistics, DHL, UPS, Uber, no doubt be in there somewhere, infrastructure and energy and smart cities for Shell, Eon, IBM, Cisco. It's tapping in wherever you want to go. You've got hardware, software, service, entertainment on the right. We can tap into Netflix while you're going. You're just chilling on your way to wherever you're on your way to. As the car drives itself, you want to whack some Netflix on. You want to go on Steam, play a game while you're in the car. You're on Amazon, you want to do a bit of shopping. Yeah, you want to work from the vehicle while you're on your way to wherever you're going. It's education. We're gonna learn. What does it mean for education when we've got a digital ID and I can prove it was me sat at a computer doing a course, doing a study, doing a bit of educational content, passing the exam at the end? Well, why do I have to go to a school or university when I can prove I was there with a digital ID? That education one, again, flip it to any industry you want, not just mobility. I'm pulling up a mobility document because it's the best one I've found that dictates the future at the moment and predicts the future. No, it's not the only industry that's going to take this approach. Everything. But where does it lead? So where does the self-driving vehicles lead? I mean, we've all seen drones coming out now that are looking like the Jetsons trucks. So I'll just forget that I just called the Jetsons vehicle a truck. But you know what I'm getting at? Human thinking. So like they said, it doesn't matter whether you're child, adult, blind, disabled. There's going to be accessibility for everyone. It's going to increase social mobility. It's going to free up space on roads. So there's the current situation on most streets at the moment. Absolutely rammed. Lucky if you get a parking spot, and then lucky if you've got the change to pay for it. But what if the roads were clear? Self-driving vehicles taking people where they need to go. So at the moment, that's a bird's eye view of a major city, and you can see there's a hell of a lot of car parking space. Dormant cars doing nothing while people are at work. They want that to change. All the car parks highlighted there, and then replaced with other buildings. Some still car parks, but new, smart, clean car parks with charge towers for the cars to get charged. Imagine you've got a self-driving car that drives you to work and then goes out working as a taxi on its own while you work. It works for you as a taxi. So you're working and your car's working, and then when you finish work, your car comes back to you. And if it ever needs charging, it just drives to one of these clean park charge towers, gets a little charge in itself, and then poof, it's on its way. His own little Uber driver. Seriously. The self-driving system as the next core invention. So again, we're going to train the 1800s, then electric and vehicles and combustion engines come along, and now we've got the internet, we've got internet of data, internet of value coming along, internet of things going along. What is going to end up in that last thing? It's going to be a drone. It will be a drone. It's going from trains to cars to drone. Again, it's going to take a hell of a long time to get here, but steps are being made now. I want to highlight it. Steps are being made to make this future possible. Volkswagen can't do this without a stable internet of value connected to the internet of data through ILP, running by internet of things devices, all connected to each other. Can't do it without blockchain and 5G. They just can't. They don't want to be a vehicle provider, Volkswagen. They want to provide mobility as a service instead. They'll still sell you cars, but the cars will drive themselves. You won't. You won't be the driver. Again, ask yourself: does anyone in the Western world that's going to be experiencing this firsthand, under 5 years old, going to need a driving license? I don't believe they are. So from passenger cars to trucks and utility vehicles, buses, the new mobility as a service vehicles and new vehicle concepts for owned autonomy. The self-driving vehicles use cases, you're going to have ownership on the left there, so there's the cars you can own. You're going to be able to own cars, you have your own car. I've just said it can take you to work, then it can go to work itself. Mobility as a service for people, you'll have the pod, the shuttle. The shuttle will replace the bus and tram. It's going to be a public shuttle. Just it looks like one anyway, or it's the minibus taxi. It's one or the other, but it's coming. It's coming, mate. Mobility as a service for goods. Now that highway one there is epic. I always tell people about that one. I mean, that is pulling it's pulling a container. It's got no cab, just a thing underneath it, and then you've got your delivery. Excuse me. Your delivery vehicle for urban. This is the next stage of how we live. These will be the self-driving actual vehicles, no steering wheel. And it makes me laugh because my dad says he'll never drive one. I'll never get in a self-driving car. And I'm like, well, in the end you'll be walking then, mate. But on a serious note, all the little indicators that are on your car at the moment, from lane assist to park assist to it telling you what's in the blind spot, to every little detail that lets you know slowly but surely the car can drive itself, is the kind of thing that's going to lead my dad to 2027, 2028, maybe even in the next few years, getting out the car and being like, do you know what, they pretty much do drive themselves, don't they? That's when Volkswagen come out like, so you're ready for the steering wheel to go? Are you ready now? Are you ready for this dashboard, mate? Because that's all they're waiting for, is for people to be ready. The amount of people that won't get in one of these cars is quite unbelievable. I wasn't reading the comments. Sorry, I got a little bit caught up then. JJ, even if not, it'll be good by 2023. Let's hope now. Oh, don't get me wrong. Your cross currency stuff is sorted 2023, but when we're talking about mass volume, mass adoption, and long-term maturity that's truly going to bring value to these assets in the space, this is the kind of thing it's about. It's from your 2025 to 2050 vision. Let's have it right. Imagine being in the 80s now, talking about the internet coming to fruition. It's only just come out. Very few people have even got email. And you're talking about it. Yeah, it's now, do you know what I mean? It's 2020. People will still be talking about this, and it'll still be going in 20, 30, 40 years, 2050. The end of this is, you tell me where it ends, because I don't know yet. You're 40, it doesn't matter. Do you know, if you live to you're 90, you're not even middle age yet. Let's have a more positive outlook on living till our 90s, people, because when people start throwing about 40, 50 and 60 as being old, you've been programmed to think that, and you're not looking at the fact that some people live to 80, 90, 100. There's a couple on Facebook this morning, one's 100, one's 103. They've been married 82 years. They've been married longer than some people expect to live. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. What a time to be alive, JJ. It really is. And the more you got a little drive, the longer you're going to last, in my opinion. But basically, we'll run through them now anyway. So you've got your Cedric, I hate saying that name, Cedric, Urban Pod. So this is for your families, the blind, the person on her own, the woman coming back from the club, who's never really trusted the taxi drivers, and now she's just sat in a vehicle on her own watching Netflix. It's legit, mate. Concept of a single seater. That just looks epic and like something out of iRobot, doesn't it? Long distance lounge. I mean, come on. 2-seater long distance lounge. Are you really? They had to throw a racer in there, the Cedric racer. No doubt Torre will like the look of that, and Chris. So the urban shuttle. So yeah, what does this really? Alcoholic. What does this really replace? Does it replace the train, tram and bus? Or does it just replace the minibus? So basically, instead of paying on the bus as and when you go on the bus, you'll have these flying up and down the street. And if you paid a subscription to these pods, you'll probably just be able to push the button and boom, it'll stop and let you on. Or the next one with space will stop and let you on. Because that's 3/6. It looks about 12 seater that, by the looks of it. But again, epic that this is even coming to fruition now, that this is on an official Volkswagen document. Do you know what I mean? Cedric, the delivery van and mobile mailbox stations. Now, have you seen them Amazon stations? There's one in Manchester Arndale, if people aren't familiar with them. They're like a big yellow lockbox with loads of little lockers, and people pick up Amazon deliveries there. That's a mobile one. That is a mobile one. Your delivery coming right to you. Now, this is what I say, flip it to another industry, the production industry. You've got a robot in a factory with all these materials to make a trainer. He can make trainers. He's got all the soles at the side there, from size 3 to size 13. He's got all of the leather and stuff there. He's got all the fabrics in front of him, and he's ready to go. He's just waiting for a design and to see a payment. Waiting for a design, payment, any design, payment. That's all that robot's doing all day, is a design, is a payment, design. Oh, there's a design, and there's the payment. And it's making you size 7s, mate. 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes after you ordered them. Boom, 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 and then they're finished, and then boom. It's on a belt, and it goes to the next Internet of Things robot, device, whatever you want to call it, and he puts it in that. That brings it to you, 45, 60 minutes after you designed and ordered them yourself online. I mean, come on, man. That is is the future of not only how you're going to pay, is how that payment's going to be seen by something and it's going to cause an action. It's absolutely unbelievable, the potential and implications of this technology mixed with 5G. It really, really is. Hello Manchester, hello Caxis. Yeah, you should. Agora, if you're going to do anything, just start doing yoga and qigong, like stuff like that. Not only is it good for physical fitness, but it's good for a bit of spirituality, mind, body, soul, total fitness, as opposed to just going to the gym and losing a bit of weight. The likes of your yoga, your tai chi, your qigong and stuff like that will ground you in a little sense of spirituality as well. And not only does it then get easier getting old, it'll take longer. Any wizards here? Wizards in training? Wizards in training, mate. Here's the big man, the Cedric long haul truck. That's just incredible. That is absolutely incredible. I can't wait to see one of them flying down the motorway. Do you know what I mean? Like, legitimately, that is impressive. Little self-driving pods. I mean, let's leave it up a little longer. So again, that's just a Volkswagen group. It's not like other vehicle companies won't be doing the same. I imagine Mercedes has got a document very, very similar. Excuse me, I imagine BMW's got a similar document, and the Japanese companies have got a similar document, and the American car makers have got similar documents. But the vision at the end of the day is mobility for all at the push of a button, and you will get the vehicle for which you subscribe to. So if you want a Bentley one, you're going to be paying a little bit more, I guess. Yeah, you want. Now we've seen tiers of the mobility. They're still going to monetize it, or still monopolize it. It's just the impact of mobility as a service on cities will be massive. It'll be massive on people. It'll be massive, especially on the people that are currently struggling to get about. To just replace it with a small subscription fee that they can just go ping and get picked up, and then that's all. It just what it offers them is the main thing. There's just a load of characteristics and data now to push to the corporates in the presentations. I'm guessing mobility as a service in numbers. We're all about the numbers. 190 million cars will be connected with the internet in 2021. 42% of the auto fleet in Germany will be autonomous. In 2035, 90% of the crashes can be eliminated through autonomous driving. 2/3 of participants of German survey would rather travel by autonomous vehicle for long distances. 77 billion revenue will be generated with autonomous vehicles in 2035, after 41 billion in 2025. 5% share of autonomous cars can reduce traffic congestion significantly. The market analysis, I mean, if you want to see this vehicle, you want to see this document, guys, just Google Volkswagen MAAS PDF. Volkswagen Mobility as a Service PDF. It should be the top one on your Google search. So we're going to get to the future vision, and then I'm going to show you a couple of steps being taken to actually get there now. There we are. MAAS, Mobility as a Service. SDVs will solve current and future problems of our cities. $23 billion does congestion cost of the city of Los Angeles every year. You what? 30% will cities become more dense in the average over 15 years. 2.9 million square miles of parking space we use. Wow. Right, yeah, let's get off these numbers because I'll be on them all fucking day. Where's the vision? Where's the vision? Here we go. Right, so we're going to go by 2030 to 2040. For that decade is going to be a hell of a lot of like self-driving cars coming in. self-driving vehicles, the mobility as a service, probably pushed from 2025 onwards. They'll let people know it's available, and then it's just they're waiting for the people who are happy to use it, waiting for regulation to change. I know our highway code's got to change because a human needs to control the vehicle. It's why Teslas can't self-drive here yet, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's why it is. But I just want to give you a little glimpse of Volkswagen's future. And when I say in the future the elites will live above the weather, I'm not fucking joking. Watch Altered Carbon, the elites will live above the weather. The ground module. Electric platform with unmanned SAA 5-level autonomous driving system, carries and transports passenger cell on the road safely. It's got the dimensions. What's the passenger cell? What's it carrying? One might ask. Well, the capsular, of course. Passive, not self-propelled, fully connected, double-seater compartment in new material with a curb weight of 200 kilograms. But what? I could deadlift that with wraps on. You're shitting me. That's going to carry us about. But why does it say Airbus on the side? One might ask. Well, because it can be picked up off the air module, mate. Electric platform, unmanned SAE 5 autonomous flying eVTOL vertical takeoff vehicles, mate. Vertical takeoff and landing, granting a passenger cell to fly in the city sky, equipped with FAA and EASA. I can't even say letters, man. Whatever that means. Compliant 4+4 couple contractor rotators. If we'd have read the document, we'd know what it means. But we're just going over pictures, aren't we? We're having a buzz. But seriously, the next picture down is Volkswagen's vision of the world by 2050 in the industry they work in, being mobility. You seen a bike stand there? The bike shed. It moving about, mate. Oh, the bike shed's in the way. Yeah, it's all right. Just give it a kick. It'll move. Do you know what I mean? Like, what the hell is that? Drones in the air carrying people off. Self-driving vehicles on the road. There'll be hardly anyone picked up. Don't forget the right there. Look at that. Hyperloop. Yeah, Volkswagen, no. Volkswagen, no. Sorry guys, just having a quick scan through the comments. Right, so basically you've seen the vision. You've seen where they think of it going, where they see it going. Only the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do it. Steve Jobs. So how did he get? Basically, where's it gone? Where are you? Where are you? Let's be having you. That. How do we get from here to that? We just ILP. Well, it's not just ILP, is it? What we've all been saying all this time is that it's going to be every network on the planet all interoperable with each other, and it just so happens to be ILP in the middle of it, using XRP and other bridge assets in the future. Google, for instance, you want to set up your IoT Google payments in your smart house that you currently try to build. You can do. Set up payments for Google Assistants on Google Nest or Google Home Speaker or display. Set up the payments, open a Google app, tap settings, scroll down Google Assistants, blah, 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 blah. You get to number 8. Select which devices can make payments. Note this screen only appears if you have successfully set up your devices. You'll see a list of all devices that are successfully set up. Next to each device, you'll see a toggle that controls personal results for that particular device. Remember, personal results. Blah, 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 blah. Basically, setting up any device that runs Google Assistant to make payments for you, as long as the device has been set up correctly. You can then set it up to make payments for you. So that's the start of it. That's the start of you sitting on the bus and going, okay, Google, book me an hairdresser appointment at 8 o'clock Friday and pay for it. Ain't gonna be able to do it at the moment.
These are the top results.
But just wants me to do it. These are the top results. These are the top results. But eventually, Google Assistant's gonna flip. And it's going to be a hell of a lot better than that, and you're going to be conversing with it like it's a flaming digital personal assistant. It's legitimately going to be like your own PA. I always think about augmented reality. You're going to be able to put some augmented glasses on and actually see Google as a person talking back to you. You're like, yo, Jake, you're here now. You're fucking real, mate. Hologram. It's it gets overwhelming, man, when you start thinking of it all coming together and what it's actually going to grow into in the next decade or two. It's absolutely crazy. 10k is not enough for the plans I have. Right, this is the thing I've got now. Everyone now, I know we all did it. We all jumped into crypto, wanting to just invest in crypto and all that. But a little bit before, I was already on this content creation thing, me. And I know it ain't for everyone, doing videos about stuff. Not everyone can come on camera and stuff like that, but you don't have to. You can write blogs, you can do anything you want these days to a certain extent. You can be involved in an industry. People need to side hustle next to crypto. Find another little side hustle passion you can put some energy in, especially when the crypto market goes negative. You can just remove yourself for a few days, even a week. Concentrate on something else that will eventually drip a little money in the pocket. It's all you want. It's all you want, innit? And that doesn't matter whether it's a blog on Coil and you've got Coil contributors reading your blog and it's just dripping a little bit of zerps in your tip bot. Yeah, it could be videos on YouTube. You're getting AdSense money as well as putting them on Cinnamon. You could be doing interviews with people. You could be going reviewing steakhouses. You could be reviewing sand on a beach, and if you find the right flaming audience, they're gonna subscribe to you. I don't care what anyone says. And go and review some white sand beaches compared to some black sand beaches, compared to some shitty Blackpool beach. Someone's gonna watch. Do you know what I mean? It's like Gary V says, you can talk about gardening these days and get 100,000 subscribers. You can legitimately talk about shrubs long enough and get your videos in front of the like-minded people like you. They're going to watch it. You'll grow a community, and you can all watch each other's shit and all make a little bit of revenue off hobbies and passions. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm not sat here like it's paying for my life yet. Don't get me wrong, it's still work, but I enjoy this side hustle a lot more than I enjoy working at the moment. And the minute it pays more than work does, you can kiss manual labour goodbye, mate. You can, yeah, none of that. None of that. My selling points start at $20 USD, but small amounts. Everyone needs their exit strategies. Everyone needs their exit strategies. I want to close this up on the current amount of internet devices by 25 as well. IoT devices by 2025. Let's have a gander at that. I ain't doing none with ads. In fact, let's see what IBM say and see if there's a PDF of it. Device democracy, IBF. That looks interesting. That looks interesting, doesn't it? What the hell is IoV? So look at that. Yeah, they did one, didn't they? Was it Coca-Cola or something? The first Internet of Things device in the 50s. That was that's crazy. That's where it starts. But 100 billion plus devices by 2050. Internet of Things, bro. Come on, we need numbers, IBM. I need numbers. Just need pictures with numbers. Oh, they've let the side down. Loads of good document for information, though. Don't get me wrong. I just wanted it thrown in my face, and it's not been. Right, one more search. Let me try another search. I might have been good putting amount on it. Amount. Can't type me for shit. Oh shit. Oh damn. So 26.66 billion devices last year. A projected growth of up to 30 billion this year. Then to 35, 42, 50. I mean, look at the growth post 2023 there. I mean, is that just me? Is that just me, or is it going 4 bill, 5 bill, 7 bill, and then it's 9, 10? I'm interested to see if that carried on to 2030, where it'd actually top out. Where does it top out? This is what I'm getting at, because that is maturity. That is Internet of Things maturity. It's Internet of Value maturity. Make no mistake, we're not going to get everything we possibly can. We're not going to get the mass global value that is legitimately possible until we get maturity of Internet of Things and ILP, a stable Internet of Value with liquidity pools, and 5G. It's not going to happen, is it? And that doesn't mean to say you're not going to get your couple of dollars. Doesn't mean you're not going to see it at $5 by the end of this year. Who knows? It'll be 50 cents by the end of this year. Could be still touching down at 17, bouncing back down. We don't know. We don't know. You've just got to do what you think's right. And again, like I said, get yourself a little side hustle on the go. We will exponential growth. Understand not taking it apart. Sold your V-Chain. You know when Carver Labs will be unloading Institute customers? I don't, mate, but there is a Carver Telegram. So join that, bro. Carver Telegram, isn't there? You got Carver at Carver Labs on Telegram, but then in the pin message there's also Carver for Germany, Carver for Turkey, Carver for Sri Lanka, for Bangladesh, for Vietnam, for India, for Indonesia, for Philippines, for Russia official, and for Japan. They're all just all different addresses. So if you check that out and stay up to date with the news and that, just try to see if there's any recent drop. Can't see anything off the thing. It'd take me too long. What's Telegram, Scott? I can't handle Telegram, mate. I swear to God. You told me then I can't find shit on it. Start reading through comments and just like, fucking head just goes, mate. I can't do Telegram. I try. I do my best, man. But I'm not one for text chains of like thousands of people. Like my chat's categorized. A Telegram's awesome for the links and stuff like that, you know, for what's been posted. You can like click media and see every link posted in the chat, see every bit of media ever posted. It's good for that when some good links have been shared and stuff. But apart from that, set up your Google payments. What I wanted to say actually, really did. The smartest house in the world. We're mentioning it again. Where's he gone? Do you know when I talk about Telegram is bad for scammers. But if you're genuinely asking about Telegram, bro, it's just another app. It's like a big long text chain app. Go and download it. There's loads of projects on there and stuff, and loads of people have groups and pages on there. Like I say, it is great if you're into that kind of text chain format. Do you know what I mean? But I prefer more like the Facebook group page, categorized. Each chat's in its own thread format, and even Twitter to a certain extent. But when there's thousands of people all having integrated chats, all different chats, all in one text chain, I can't handle it. Can't handle it. This guy, I need to get in touch with this guy. I really, really do, because I want to invite him to not only to DLT Con, but I want to talk to him about how the hell he did this, what he's done. Don't know if anyone's checked this out yet, but he has made a personal ledger, I believe, on Ethereum and Hyperledger in his house. He no doubt probably has a Linux server built for open source, and he's put Hyperledger on it. He's got the Ethereum wallets on it, and he's built a smart house, governed and controlled by it. His children's pocket money and chore money and everything they have to do to get pocket money and stuff like that is tracked by this blockchain and server. So basically, if you find this video online and give it a watch, the world's smartest house, I'm not going to play it all now, it's like 17 minutes long, but it's called it Jarvis, like the Iron Man assistant, which is pretty funny. But the world's smartest home, Jarvis, featuring home blockchain and cryptocurrency, had a full demonstration in this video. Go and check it out. This is what I mean by personal ledgers. This is what I mean by, in the 80s and 90s, if you couldn't write HTML code, you couldn't build a website. Now you just go on Wix and move a few widgets about, and boom, you've made your own website. This guy understands blockchain, understands a little bit of coding and that, and has created his own personal ledger in his house. In the future, most people are going to rely on other companies to do that for them. Come to the home, fit a server, fit all the smart devices everywhere, and they're either going to do that with the current homes, or they'll just buy a new house where it's already fitted, right? The key to it is finding out how to do it yourself, then helping other people do it. Basically, throughout the video, so he has blockchain chores and crypto, basically chores for the payments. Vehicle tracking, he's part of a 13 video series. This is not just like one video. That video is the demonstration. The demonstration. Like, below, you've got blockchain chores and crypto, vehicle tracking, automated fitness, a TV control, alarm and surveillance, whole music, mobile integration, satellite touch panels, homework scoring, chatbot, GUI hardware, extras, dinner gong, home videos, artificial intelligence, clean your room. What? And AI journaling. I mean, can you imagine being these kids growing up in this gaff? I mean, let's have it right. Hey. Imagine being them kids growing up in that gaff, mate. I mean, look at his face in the middle there. He's like, yo, my dad's a G. And he's built a sick house, mate. Dad's Iron Man. He's built Jarvis. And what? And what, mate? Yeah, not wrong with being a Girl Scout. Still waiting for a wake and bake and some mint chocolates. I have to end this soon for my wake and bake. Big fat cappuccino, mate. But seriously, on a serious note, I really need people to check this video out, because I'm going to be doing it. Put it this way. We figure out how he did this. You learn to do it yourself. You do Vitsvin's beginner's course on the XRPL and how he built on that and how to code. And before you know it, you're on your way to your own personal ledger. You don't need to trust exchanges. You don't need to hold it on ledgers or anything. That is the key to becoming your own bank. To fully taking control of not only your own data, but your own value. Your data could be on it too. You're talking a personal ledger that's holding everything about you. that's cryptographically secured, and then in the future, as every other corporation's ready for it, they want any of that data, they're paying for it. Yeah, people want any of the value, they need the contract or the private keys, or it ain't going anywhere. Be your own bank, take control of your own life. It's only going to start moving faster and faster the more it moves on. And before you know it, you're going to be like, shit, I wish I'd have learned how to do that in my house. Looks fucking sick now what they're doing. And fucking, I wish I'd have learned to do that as well. Why didn't I just watch what 15th was doing and learn to write on top of XRP Ledger? Do you know what I mean? It's serious. It's real talk, man. The guy wrote a few lines. 15th is a fucking blockchain god, mate. What he's about to drop in the Zoom app is absolutely unbelievable. He deserves all the credit in the world. Fair play to him. Love him to bits. Can't wait to actually meet him in person, because he's just a G for what he built. But let's have it right. It was the idea got him where it was. The code, I'm pretty sure there's a few other coders on the planet that could have done that, but he did it first, and he was the one who then got 20 million investment for his XRPL labs of Spring and whatnot. So he's wrote a bit of code and got 20 mil. Everyone's in the comments waiting for Moon. Yeah. And this guy wrote a couple of lines of code and got 20 mil. No Moon. No bullshit. A good idea, implemented, executed, respected, and boom, he's off. And it starts with understanding it. It really, really does. It starts with understanding it. We'll keep doing some more driving videos when we get back in the bull run. I'd imagine so. I would imagine so. I mean, I think the bull runs took it out of a lot. The bear market, took it out of a lot of people. I think the fact that, especially with what Kurt likes to talk about with the economic impact and geopolitical stuff impacting the blockchain tech, and that is moving a little bit slower than some people expected. No doubt it's probably going to blow up like that in the end, but at the moment, I don't really think he wants to come on saying the same shit all the time, that this could go there and that could go there, and we're still just waiting. Which is why I've gone past the cross-currency stuff. I just had to. I've had to. I've got to go 2023 and beyond me, because this cross-border stuff's getting a little boring. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still going to cover the remittance corridors growing and the reach of IoV growing, but I'm much more interested in the long-term maturity and adoption of these two techs, being IoT and IoV, coming together in tandem through 5G. It's what I'm more passionate about now. It really, really is. Morning, nice haircut. Cheers, mate. You know, it's been over 2 years since this has been cut. Anyone brings scissors near this, I'll take the face off. I'm joking. But seriously, I was thinking the other day, it's got that long now. I'm probably going to let it reach my bum. So let it reach like my bum at the back. And then I'm getting it cut back at shoulder. About there. Cha. And then what's down there is getting donated to the cancer wigs. So yeah, we come up with the idea the other week. I just thought, might as well. I don't want to cut my hair. I don't see any reason in cutting my hair. I've recently been looking at stuff that your hair gets as long as it wants to be, or needs to be, or is genetically encoded to be, inside that matrix thingy we all live in. It's coded to reach a certain length for you, and I'd like to see what mine actually reaches. If it stops before the bum, then we'll just cut it and donate it to the wig. If it reaches the bum, I don't know if I'd cut it. Just might see how far it actually goes till it stops. If it stops, but I don't know. I'm in no rush to get it cut anyway. Tell you that. Good evening from Asia. Good morning from England, mate. Good morning. But I can't stress this stuff enough. I want everyone, when they put this video down in a minute, to go and check this video out. Also, just in case no one's seen it, I don't even know what it was called. Shouldn't have done that. Should have just gone. Nah, that was alright. This. I forgot what camera was on there. This, mate. Coding and the XRP ledger are beginner's course. It's magic, those XRPL developers interacting live with the XRP ledger building blockchain apps. Nope, not magic. Coders just learned how to do it. Some learned a little faster because they already had coding experience, but they had to start without coding experience as well. Everyone is born an amateur, guys. Everyone's born an amateur. Everyone starts an amateur. No one pops out like, yo, I'm a pro. Some people grow up thinking they was, but nah, mate, nah. Everyone starts an amateur, and this guy is absolutely incredible. He's going to help people learn to build. Yeah, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. If you're wondering what that's hiding. Oh yeah, get comfortable being uncomfortable. Best saying ever. Cannot code, it's too hard, don't understand it at all, but you can. The basics are not hard if you solve easy riddles. Think logically, you can definitely do some basic coding after a few minutes of studying this blog. Okay, 30 minutes, but basically we come down to the video. So we go through the video and he's going to be like, right, you're going to download this, you're going to download that, you're going to download that, you're going to get them all together, then you're ready. Boom. And then so before we start coding, he's going to be like, right, make sure you understand this, make sure you understand that, you're going to go through that, boom, 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 and then next video. And then next video. And then and then next video. And he's teaching you how to write code. And how to write on an XRP ledger. Mix that with that, and you can do it too, in your own home, on your own server. Oh, don't know how to do a server? Well, just Google how to build a server. This is 2020, guys. Google's your dada. Yeah. Or it's your mum, as Gary V says. How to build a server. I can't type, me. Can't spell when I type. Oh, how to build an home server part 2, 16 terabyte home server. How to build an awesome $500 home server. How to build a PC, small, quite affordable. It's all there. It's all there. So again, when the market gets a little heavy, gets a little negative, it gets all FUDs all over the gaff, just pull yourself away a little bit and just be like, right, I'm just going to educate myself on something that's actually relevant moving forward instead of all your bullshit. Seriously. Nothing's impossible, right? You know, when they say to the kids you can be anything you want to be, that is wrong, mate. You can't be anything you want to be, but you can work in any industry you want to work. Make no mistake, I could be here talking about brain surgery now. Might not understand it, might not be a brain surgeon, but I, in my head, could consider myself doing content on brain surgery. Is that not within the industry? I would then have to go to brain surgery conferences to meet people and network and do interviews with the top surgeons. Am I not then in the industry? You can work in any industry you now choose thanks to the internet. You just can't be anything you want to be. Can't be a Premiership footballer. Don't stop telling the fat 18, like the fat 16-year-old he can make it as a United player, because he just can't. He's not going to. That's what it comes down to. And yeah, the internet has made it possible to be like, oh well, I can't be a footballer. Fuck, I broke my ankle. I'm not going to make it anymore. Okay, I'm going to go online, do online content, and run courses for young football players, and help and make sure they're conditioned enough to not have my injury. And what stopped me making it as football, still in the industry, but not who you thought it could be. It's like building a PC. Marion Jones, it is, innit? A server is basically just a massive, well, not a massive PC. It's basically a PC with multiple cores and massive memory, because that's where everything's going to be stored on it, the information you're tapping into as that server's online. So you'll put that server online through a network, and then any of your devices that then has access to that server can access it anywhere, anytime. It is basically just like building a PC, but you're building a server instead. It's just different use cases from the PC to the server, basically. There's one there, if we just get that up, like you can tell in the thumbnail, he's taking 4 different motherboards to make his own server. So he's taking them. So each one of them could make their own PC. You could split them and make 4 PCs with them, or put them together and make a server with 4 CPUs. Yeah, because their motherboards are gonna. You can even buy a motherboard that can take more than 1 CPU for a server. You can buy multiple CV motherboards made for servers, but this guy is just grabbing multiple motherboards to make his server. The information's there, guys, to be at the front of it all, and to stay up to date with how payments are being processed through apps, and to be able to build your own personal ledger linked to the XRP ledger through ILP, linked to your Zoom account, yeah, through your own server. That's got to be what most people are aiming for me. And now, like I say, you can wait. You can buy a new house where it's all already fitted. You can get a company down the line that will fit it for you. No doubt, there's going to be loads popping up, as well as DLT consultancy firms. It will blow eventually, and it's what I'm more interested in. None of this cross-border stuff is the first step. Once that's over, and the reach for currencies is there, we're going to see it move somewhat rotten then into a full-on stable internet of value, where we can transfer anything of value across the internet. As well as that's happening, you're going to see digital IDs come out. You're going to see criminal records at a blockchain. You're going to see medical records at a blockchain. You're going to see all logistic companies at a blockchain. You're going to see autonomous cars being pushed. You're going to see it all start happening post 2023 and 2025 onwards. It is the future, and it is, as said at the beginning, the first digital transformation, internet of value maturity and adoption through 5G and the Internet of Things. It is. It really, really is. You can get free servers on Facebook, Business Update, and don't need them. Yeah, but you can get free servers off a centralized entity. We're talking about being your own bank, you being in control of that server, you owning that server. You stood next to it with your arm on it. It's my server, mate. It's my server. Don't use your Google Cloud. Don't need to use IBM's cloud. Don't need to use this cloud. Don't need to use Facebook cloud. Got my own, my cloud, in my house. Be your own bank. Take control of your own data with your own server and your own cloud. That's what I'm getting at. Don't let some other company take control of it and sit back and think that you're your own bank, because you're just not. Don't get me wrong, for people who are not understanding how to do it, or don't have the time to do it and are happy jumping on Facebook servers, go for it. Use Google Cloud. Now, when I use Google Drive, I'm not going to sit here like I don't use Google Drive and I've already got my own server. I'm just saying I'm going to be building one in the near future, and I would suggest other people do too. I really, really would. On that note, guys, I think I'm going to go and get some breakfast in a brew. I've done an hour, Anna. I just wanted to I want these first few weeks of me doing the weekly on Saturday. This is going to be a weekly thing now. I'm going to be coming on every Saturday morning to talk about the progression of the Internet of Value, the maturity of it, how we're going to get to this when you're sat in a car, or when you're in front of any virtual interface, virtual personal assistant, whether it's Google, Amazon Alexa, Bixby, whoever it is, the mobility consultant of Volkswagen. Who knows? But I want to highlight where we're going, and then I want to cover how we're getting there over the next several weeks. And obviously, the more time goes on, the more will come out. I'm going to search for more documents like this from the likes of Mercedes, from IBM, from any banks regarding digital identities and stuff, because I feel that it does have to be the government's banks. You would say DVLA. Now, what happens to the DVLA? What happens to the driving and licensing agency once I no longer need a driving license? They will no doubt be involved with the digital IDs while we're still driving cars. So maybe it's a trifecta of the DVLA, the government passport, and your bank forming a digital ID on an interoperable platform. They may recognize other companies like Selfkey and people like that doing their own digital ID platforms. That may be recognised at multiple airports in the end, we don't know. Again, we'll keep up to date with it. It's more than currencies, guys, so this weekly Saturday is basically just covering exactly how big it is and how big it's getting along the way. Oh, Matt, bro, I appreciate it, mate. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. What's the price of XRP in New Zealand? Cyber's America, lad. Can't do New Zealand accent, sorry if that offended you. You've almost been Aussie. But yeah, guys, I enjoyed this. Again, yeah, we'll be here next week. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate the donations. Muchas gracias. It means a lot. It means a lot that you enjoy and value the content too. So, while we move along, I will be indulging what I learn about this stuff and the server build stuff. So, as time goes on, you will get a few little drippets of what I'm learning along the way, especially with Vin's course, because he's going to be on the channel very, very soon. When Zoom drops, he's going to be talking exclusively about the app and its features. Hopefully we'll do and ask me anything, and we can get some questions thrown at him about the features and the future features. How does he see ILP tapping into other industries and not just doing currency, but actually throwing anything of value over ILP? And will Zoom have them features in the future. He's also presenting at DLTCon LA, live webinar that's only available if you attend, which is going to be about a progression, which we will answer in more about where the app's going. Again, as we get there, we're going to have had it's going to moved on a little bit more, so there's going to be a few more questions to ask. It's going to be exciting times. I will be asking him how to implement what he's teaching into what we can learn from this guy, Matt Farley. I'm going to be trying to get in touch with Matt Farley, get him on for an interview, and just find out what led him to do what he did and how he actually went about doing it. Beyond watching all these videos, I think it'd just be great to have him on and have a chat with him, because you get the naivety in a bit of, wow, the FBI doesn't need to bug everything, they've done it all themselves, or you clearly don't understand cryptographic inscription and how safe his personal network probably is, while he's sat there paying Virgin and do you know what I mean? This guy's probably got VPN and all that stuff on his gaff with his own little server protecting all his data and value, and this muppet next door who gives all his access and all his data and all his value to other companies is laughing at him, saying that the FBI don't need to bug him. Well, the FBI don't need to bug that guy because they own him. Muppet. Be your own bank, take control of your own value, take control of your own data. Morning, guys. If you've only just joined, apologies. I am going to be leaving now. It's been a pleasure. I really enjoyed it. Going straight to heaven. I mean, it's not far enough. Maybe have 15 more minutes. Scott loves it. Hey, possibly. I can't. Like, I struggle to stop streaming. Like a couple of minutes ago, I was rolling to say bye, and I was legitimately going to stop, and then I look back at the comments, and I just can't help myself. I want to stay on. I want to stay on. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. This is why I want a newsroom going live. Obviously, a lot more professional than this if people invest in it and sponsor it. It's going to be like a bit of a wooden Scott. But it'll allow me more time throughout the rest of the day to do more stuff like this on the side. So stay tuned for a newsroom. The Love for Crypto newsroom, the world's first global newsroom, going live several times a day. That's what we need to build. And when this thing's all come to the UK, buy you a beer, buy the old pub. Love it, Matt. If you can't get here, we'll get there. I'm also thinking of a poll to ask the community where they'd like a DLTCon event, a conference. Again, basically just internet of value, how to be your own bank, how to control your own data, how to build your own brand, how to make a bit of revenue off hobbies, all be covered at DLTCons. And we're thinking about doing a poll to see where the community wants them. Where would you like to see DLTCon in 2021? Yeah, We'll have Manchester again. Yeah, we could do London, but we could do somewhere else in Europe. We'll run a poll. We will run a poll. So get some ideas in a Twitter inbox or on my personal inbox. My days away, I'd like to see a DLT-Con event. And we'll get a poll up to see where the community wants it, and we'll get one organised for 2021. Australia, maybe, Matt, this is what I mean. We'll go where the community wants us, mate. I will go where the community wants us. And the more of this we learn, we're going to be teaching it and going through it at them events. So the more we do, the more we know. The more we know, the more it benefits the people who come. Yeah, because the educational content we've got planned on the back burner, I mean, most people in the crypto space are not really going to need it. Our educational content is aimed more at the people who know nothing about it yet. Imagine the people who know nothing about everything I've just gone through. They're the people we're going to be targeting with our educational content. The likes of you lot and soon to be wizards and stuff like that, and I don't believe you really need our educational content, but coming to the DLT-Con events is a way to network. It's a way to stay up to date about what we know, what we're learning. Like I say, with the Volkswagen webinar. So yeah, they will only grow. And when you look at stuff like Comic-Con, who knows how big this is going to end up. Do you know what I mean? That's my vision for DLT-Con. Maybe not as big as Comic-Con. I'm going to laugh at it. It's biggest on the planet, but you know what I'm getting at. I'm getting at I want it to be I want it to be a growing professional conference in the future. Again, it's just the start. I've only had one in Manchester. This is the second year. So yeah, the support of the community is amazing. Can't thank you enough. Appreciate you more than you'll ever know. And yeah, cheers. Nothing is impossible, Colby. Nothing is impossible. On that note, I'm going to end it, guys. It has been great. I've enjoyed it. I can't wait till next Saturday. Again, I will try and find some time during the week to go live. We've got some planned recordings this week, so stay tuned for them. Yeah. Enjoy your weekend. Wishing health and happiness to you and yours. Be grateful for what we've got, guys, and enjoy the time we've got left. No one knows how long we've got left. Enjoy the moment. Plan for the future. And take care. Yeah. You know the script. We love crypto. We love XRP. We love IoV. And we love you. Peace.